All right, let's just jump right into it. Think about your day. You're scrolling on your phone, notifications are just constantly going off, your to-do list feels like it's a mile long, and you've got this nagging feeling, right? That you're just running on a treadmill, caught in some kind of system that's designed to keep you busy, distracted, and honestly just a little bit anxious all the time. It's a feeling I think we all know way too well.
I mean, seriously, doesn't it feel like you're living inside a simulation sometimes? A kind of matrix made of tasks and ambitions that keeps you from ever really stopping to ask the big questions. Well, what if I told you that this very modern feeling, this sense of being trapped, was actually diagnosed almost 100 years ago?
Yeah, a really brilliant and pretty controversial theologian looked at our frantic pace of life and gave it this surprisingly ancient name, the Prince of this world. And let me tell you, his diagnosis is maybe more relevant today than it ever was.
So, who was this guy? His name was Rudolf Bultmann, a total giant of 20th century thought. And he argued that we have profoundly misunderstood what that biblical phrase, the prince of this world, actually means. His take on it is, well, it's probably not what you're expecting.
Okay, this redefinition by Bultmann is absolutely key. He says, forget the cartoon images of a devil with horns and a pitchfork. That's not it at all. The real prince of this world is the overwhelming power that our own world, our jobs, our goals, our pleasures, our anxieties, has over our minds. It's the system itself. That's the tyrant.
So how does this tyranny actually work? Well, Bultmann argued that it operates through the constant noise and rush of modern life, basically turning our everyday existence into a kind of prison without bars. And just listen to Bultmann's own words here. They're incredibly powerful. He says the world gets a tyrannous hold on us. And notice the areas he points to: work, pleasure, and pain, the very fabric of our lives. He's saying even our joys and our sorrows can become these chains that fetter our thoughts, keeping us from ever getting any real freedom or perspective.
But why? Why do we do this to ourselves? Why do we stay so busy? Bultmann's answer is, frankly, a little chilling. We do it to keep up this illusion that we're in control, that we're self-sufficient. All this busyness is just a distraction, a defense mechanism we use to run away from making a single, terrifying, authentic, existential decision.
And this brings us right to Bultmann's ultimate challenge. He's basically asking you, are you ready to stop fighting for control? To stop letting the world and its demands define you? Are you ready to just let the world be the world so that you can finally be free to face what truly matters? It's a huge question, but you know what? Bultmann wasn't the only one with a powerful opinion on this. In fact, at the very same time Bultmann was building this powerful case, his great contemporary and rival, Karl Barth, was looking at the exact same problem and coming to a completely opposite conclusion. This really set the stage for one of the greatest theological showdowns of the century. And you've got to love how Barth himself described their relationship. He said they were like a whale and an elephant meeting on a shore, two massive creatures from entirely different worlds, just staring at each other with boundless astonishment. They were basically speaking different languages about the exact same reality. See, for Barth, the whole way Bultmann framed the problem was just wrong. He said, look, the most important thing happening in history isn't our struggle or our big choice or our decision to escape the matrix. No, the central world-shattering event was God's own sovereign decision to break into our world, right here in history. The focus flips completely from us to God. So let's put these two colossal worldviews side by side, because you really need to see the contrast to get it. It's a fundamental disagreement about where the real action in the universe is happening. So on one hand, you have Bultmann saying everything hinges on your subjective, internal, existential decision. The gospel is a challenge presented to you. Then, on the other hand, you have Barth, who argues that the truly crucial thing is the objective, external, historical event of God's action. The gospel isn't a challenge to you, it's a declaration about God. This table just lays it all out perfectly. For Bultmann, what's the central focus? The individual's choice. For Barth, it's God's action. For Bultmann, the gospel is a challenge that demands your response. For Barth, it's a declaration of something that's already happened. And this changes how they see everything, even the world itself. To Bultmann, it's that matrix, an illusion we need to escape. But to Barth, it's the actual stage where God chose to reveal himself. So why does any of this matter to us today? I mean, who cares about a debate between two dead theologians, right?
Because this isn't just an abstract argument. This tension defines so much of our world. You can hear Bultmann's focus on personal choice echoed in the entire self-help industry. You have the power to change your life. But Barth's emphasis on a divine event, that's the bedrock of so many traditional religious institutions. What they really do is leave us standing at a critical fork in the road. They represent two fundamentally different ways of seeing our lives, our freedom and our whole place in the universe. And it's a choice we all have to make, whether we realize we're making it or not. So here it is. Here's the first path, the world of Bultmann. Is the whole point of your life found in a choice that you must make? A moment of authentic decision where you finally break free from the system and choose a totally different path? Is it all on you?
Or is it about something else entirely? Is the meaning of your life found not in your action, but in recognizing an action that has already been taken for you? Is your most important job not to make a decision, but to simply receive a revelation that has already broken into the world? A decision you have to make or a revelation you have to receive. That choice, it changes everything.